We're live.
Although I've got 3.5 hours of sleep, so I feel half live.
Over and above that, everything else is questionable. But anyway, we're at the farming lot of the Sprouts Parking Market.
And we're punchy.
And we're a little punchy this morning. We were up so late last night. Everybody came by.
Nobody came by. But I was up late last night because I put up some curtains. I did stupid things. But anyway, and I woke up at 4:30. Good morning. Happy second chapter day.
Yes.
Hadith.
Yes, we've had it.
We've had it. Yes. And do accordingly.
Do thou according.
Do thou accordingly. The weather is nice today. It's sunny. It's been 36 a couple of mornings this week. Not good, but not so now. Better. Good days for laundry we've had. Everything's been washed. I'm good at that. When we get back, I'm hesitant to go out in the backyard because whatever the slugs don't eat or the invasive tree roots don't strangle, the raccoons have been digging up because the one thing I can grow is worms, and so they're digging everything up and making everything muddy on the way too. So I even put out some slug beer, and of course they got drunk and dug up even more. Oh boy, beer with our worms.
Raccoons are assholes.
No, they're
Possums
not.
are saints, but raccoons are assholes.
No, they're not assholes, but they are, they're just careless of whatever. And that's how they're supposed to be, I suppose. But hopefully they're seasonal. I'm waiting for skunk season to come because they're better mousers than cats. And I love the rats we have, but it's always nice to have them thinned out. And the skunks, we got used to their smell in the middle of the night going, oh, I feel comforted knowing the skunks are well. I named them Rogelbear and Angelina. Once I saw a pair of them. I haven't seen them since. They sneak around. Oh, what an interesting talk. I really have nothing interesting. I'm not. It seems like it's been a very hard week. Lon's got his book out. And I have. Anyway, it's been. I say that often, so. But it's beautiful right now, and I'm going to buy more veggies because we need to eat.
And you put up that beautiful thing in the living room that
I put up the curtains finally yesterday after 3 years, which I usually do in 2 days, but times are different. Place is different. I've been obliterated. It's my new painting. I've been obliterated.
Obliterated.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you look pretty damn good for an obliterated girl.
We're also going to be treated to go to Goodwill after this. Because
if you're good, I'll take you to Goodwill.
It used to be fun in Costa Mesa because they had good stuff. Here, 99% of it's junk. Real junk. I mean, broken junk even. So. But I still want to go. So I got $2 worth of excellent fabric. It was $1.99 with no tax at Goodwill, and it was 10% off that because it was Grandma Day, which I made over 65, which I'm way over. So anyway, I made curtains.
And while you're at Goodwill, I'm going to drive to the bank and deposit that $60 royalty check for one of my audio books.
That's right.
Did you hear that? $60 royalty check. That's why we always say, hey, if you're not on our Patreon, Patriots,
oh, that's why we say we're thank you.
Please.
Thank you for supporting us. We still work, but everybody, yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you for getting the Tillamook cheese at the...
That was a weird thing. It was on sale, and it was sentimental. Because we used to buy Tillamook cheese 50 years ago. Don't ask me.
Okay.
Anyway, a small piece. I didn't get a big one.
All
there
right.
Was a coupon too.
I'm going to talk about the second chapter today.
Not cheese.
Oh, I posted your reading of the second chapter.
I start out slow, but I get into it later.
I did it very early this morning, so Jean-Paul could see it first thing in China.
Oh, I'm sure he did that.
Yeah, I'm sure he did that. Okay, I'm not going to press finish. My thumb hovered over the finish button.
Are you going to turn it around?
I'm going to turn it around right now, and there I am with my, Constance says it's a little girl's hat.
It was my hat, but
It was a little girl's hat.
it was a little girl's hat. No, I said he wears it like a little girl.
Like a little girl cowboy, a cowgirl.
Yeah, that's how he wears it. I have to make him stop.
Hi.
That's how he wore hats in 1952. Okay.
So, I think it should have a string
That's right.
around it too. So.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Have a good day. Read the book of the law. Feel like it's a holy day. Have a little feast.
You heard it. You're blessed whether you like it or not.
Yes, and bless it.
Okay.
Healing and peace. And freedom from fear.
Okay.
Like usual.
Now,
Bye.
I'm sure you've heard lots of people reading their second chapter of the Book of the Law and posting it. It's one of the best things you could possibly do. I encourage absolutely everybody, whether you think you're a good orator or not, if you got one of those video things on your Facebook page, grab yourself a Book of the Law and put it on whatever it is that we put it on, video thing, and just read it. You can't do that enough. So I'm going to take today's little talk sort of out of the Equinox of the Gods, where Crowley talks about the genesis of the Book of the Law. I mean, he really goes into it. But like I say, he wrote this many years after the Book of the Law was written. And, well, thank you very much. Everybody loves my car. Let's see here. He gives a little commentary on it. He says, you know, we're not supposed to interpret the Book of the Law for anybody else. That's one of the holy things about the holy book, the Book of the Law. Read it, share it, but don't try to interpret it for anybody else. You can appeal to Crowley's own writings on the subject as being at least an authoritative comment. And you can try to figure out the different riddles in the Book of the Law and things like that. And you can, of course, have your own opinion and your own questions and your own field of inquiry about it. But don't suggest to anyone else that that's how they should be interpreting it, I guess is the way, which has been the bane of most of the so-called great religions of the past. So after several chapters on the genesis of the Book of the Law, he starts talking about the Book of the Law himself, and he makes little suggestions. And this is kind of awkward to do this, because I'm going to read the second chapter for us, but I'm not going to interrupt, at least on purpose, even with Crowley's own comments. But it explains a lot of things, at least how Crowley was interpreting what was going on in this very sometimes confusing and enigmatic and awesome and terrible things, it's nice to see what Crowley had to say. Here's just a few things about chapter 2. Hadith himself is evidently the speaker from the start. The remarks are general. In verse 5, I'm spoken of in the third person. Okay. After verse 9, and I'm going to just go to verse 9 here for a second. Verse 9, that started off, remember all ye that existence is pure joy, that all the sorrows are but as shadows, they pass and are done. But there is that which remains. Okay, that sounds wonderful. It sounds beautiful, okay? But Crowley he thought of himself. He took pride. He took egoistic pride as having no ego and being a Buddhist. And starting from what he was interpreting, the square one, that the universe is sorrow. That's how he was interpreting the Buddha's first great trance of sorrow. And so he was settled right in on the comfortable knowledge that the universe is sorrow. And here in the Book of the Law, remember all ye that existence is pure joy. And then he said, after verse 9, he notices my vehement objections to writing statements to which my conscious self was obstinately opposed. Verse 10, addressed to me, notes that fact. And in verse 11, he declares that he is my master and that the reason for this is that he is my secret self, as explained in 12 and 13. So here, right after, remember, existence is pure joy. And then he says, O prophet, thou hast ill will to learn this writing. I see thee hate the hand and the pen, but I am stronger. Okay. He makes little comments like that on multiple verses. It's very short. If you've got the Equinox of the Gods, do not omit savoring those comments on all 3 chapters of the Book of the Law. So, here's chapter 2. Now remember, chapter 1 started out, had the manifestation of Nuit. So in other words, had is how Nuit is the manifestation of Nuit. You can't see Nuit, but kind of through had. They go together, okay? Had the manifestation of Nuit. And so from then on, they go on to talk about Nuit in chapter 1. Chapter 2 starts off just the opposite. Nu, the hiding of Hadith. So, immediately, I'm going to digress, then I promise not to digress. I'll read the chapter. In the east of every Masonic lodge room is a circle. And it's flanked on 2 sides by 2 vertical lines, sort of like a sandwich, like a circle sandwich. And in the center of the circle is a dot. That's Hadith. The circle could be like Nuit. And when I look in the east at a Masonic lodge, which often I daydream I daydream at stated meeting. I look up and I see Nuit and Hadit. I see Had, the manifestation of Nuit, and I see Nu, the hiding of Hadit. Okay, digression's over. Here we go. Are you still with me? Nu, the hiding of Hadit. Come, all ye, and learn the secret that hath not yet been revealed. I, Hadit, am the complement of Nu, my bride. I am not extended. And Cobbs is the name of my house. In the sphere I am everywhere the center is she, the circumference is nowhere found. Yet she shall be known, and I never. Behold, the rituals of the old time are black. Let the evil ones be cast away, let the good ones be purged by the prophet. Then shall this knowledge go aright. I am the flame that burns in every heart of man, and in the core of every star. I am life and the giver of life, yet therefore is the knowledge of me the knowledge of death. I am the magician and the exorcist. I am the axle in the wheel, and the cube in the circle. Come unto me is a foolish word, for it is I that go. Who worshipped Haru-Par-Kroth have worshipped me ill, for I am the worshipper. Remember, all ye, that existence is pure joy, that all the sorrows are but as shadows, they pass and are done, but there is that which remains. O prophet, thou hast ill will to learn this writing. I see thee hate the hand and the pen, but I am stronger, because of me in thee which thou knewest not. For why? Because thou wast the knower and me. Now let there be a veiling of this shrine. Now let the light devour men and eat them up with blindness. For I am perfect, being naught. And my number is 9 by the fools. But with the just I am 8, and 1 in 8. Which is vital, for I am none indeed. The empress and the king are not of me, for there is a further secret. I am the empress and the hierophant. Thus 11, as my bride is 11. Hear me, ye people of sign. The sorrows of pain and regret are left to the dead and the dying, the folk that not know me as yet. These are dead, these fellows, they feel not. We are not for the poor and sad. The lords of the earth are our kinsfolk. Is a God to live in a dog? No. But the highest are of us. They shall rejoice, are chosen. Who sorroweth is not of us. Beauty and strength, leaping laughter and delicious languor, force and fire are of us. We have nothing with the outcast and the unfit. Let them die in their misery. They feel not. Compassion is the vice of kings. Stamp down the wretched and the weak. This is the law of the strong. This is our law and the joy of the world. Think not, O king, upon that lie, for thou must die. Think not, O king, upon that lie, that thou must die. Verily, thou shalt not die, but live. Now let it be understood, if the body of the king dissolve, He shall remain in pure ecstasy forever. Nuit, Hadit, Rahur Kuit. The sun, strength and sight, light. These are for the servants of the star and the snake. I am the snake that giveth knowledge and delight, and bright glory, and stir the hearts of men with drunkenness. To worship me take wine and strange drugs, whereof I will tell my prophet, and be drunk thereof. They shall not harm ye at all. It is a lie, this folly against self. The exposure of innocence is a lie. Be strong, O man, lust, enjoy all things of sense and rapture. Fear not that any god shall deny thee for this. I am alone. There is no God where I am. Behold, these be grave mysteries, for there are of my friends who be hermits. Now think not to find them in the forest or on the mountain, but in beds of purple caressed by magnificent beasts of women, with large limbs and fire and light in their eyes, and masses of flaming hair about them. There shall ye find them. Ye shall see them at rule, at victorious armies, at all the joy. And there shall be in them a joy 1,000,000 times greater than this. Beware lest any force another king against king. Love one another with burning hearts. On the low men trample in the fierce lust of your pride in the day of your wrath. Ye are against the people, O my chosen. I am the secret serpent coiled about the spring. In my coiling there is joy. If I lift up my head, I and my nuit are one. If I droop down mine head and shoot forth venom, then is rapture of the earth, and I on the earth are one. There is great danger in me. For who doth not understand these runes shall make a great miss. He shall fall down into the pit called Because, and there he shall perish with the dogs of reason. Now a curse upon Because and his kin. May Because be accursed forever. If will stops and cries, why, invoking because, then will stops and does not. If power asks why, then is power weakness. Also, reason is a lie. For there is a factor infinite and unknown, and all their words are skew-wise. Enough of because. Be damned for a dog. But ye, O my people, rise up and awake. Let the rituals be rightly performed with joy and beauty. There are rituals of the elements and feasts of the times. A feast for the first night of the prophet and his bride. A feast for the 3 days of the writing of the book of the law. A feast for Tahuti and the child of the prophet, secret, O prophet. A feast for the supreme ritual, and a feast for the equinox of the gods. A feast for fire, and a feast for water. A feast for life, and a greater feast for death. A feast every day in your hearts, in the joy of my rapture. A feast every night unto new, in the pleasure of uttermost delight. Aye, feast, rejoiced. There is no dread hereafter. There is the disillusion and eternal ecstasy in the kisses of new. there is death for the dogs. Dost thou fail? Art thou sorry? Is fear in thine heart? Where I am, these are not. Pity not the fallen, I never knew them. I'm not for them. I console not. I hate the consoled and the consoler. I am unique and conqueror. I am not of the slaves that perish. Be they damned and dead. Amen. This is of the four. There is a fifth who is invisible, and therein am I, as a babe in an egg. Blue am I and gold in the light of my bride, but the red gleam is in my eyes, and my spangles are purple and green. Purple beyond purple, it is the light higher than eyesight. There is a veil. That veil is black. It is the veil of the modest woman. It is the veil of sorrow and the pall of death. This is none of me. Tear down that lying spectre of the centuries. Veil not your vices in virtuous words. These vices are my service. Ye do well, and I will reward you here and hereafter. Fear not, O prophet, when these words are said. Thou shalt not be sorry. Thou art emphatically my chosen, and blessed are the eyes that thou shalt look upon with gladness. But I will hide thee in a mask of sorrow. They that see thee shall fear thou art fallen. But I lift you up. Excuse me, I lift thee up. Nor shall they who cry aloud their folly that thou meanest not avail. Thou shalt reveal it. Thou availest. They are the slaves of because. They are not of me. The stops, as thou wilt, the letters, change them not in style or value. Thou shalt obtain the order and value of the English alphabet. Thou shalt find new symbols to attribute them unto. Begone, ye mockers, even though ye laugh in my honor, ye shall laugh not long. Then, when ye are sad, know that I have forsaken you. He that is righteous shall be righteous still. He that is filthy shall be filthy still. Yea, deem not of change. Ye shall be as ye are, and not other. Therefore the kings of the earth shall be kings forever, the slaves shall serve. There is none that shall be cast down or lifted up. All is ever as it was. Yet there are masked ones, my servants. It may be that yonder beggar is a king. A king may choose his garment as he will, there is no certain test, but a beggar cannot hide his poverty. Beware, therefore, love all, lest perchance is a king concealed. Say you so? Fool! If he be a king, thou canst not hurt him. Therefore strike hard and low, and to hell with them, master. There is a light before thine eyes, O prophet, a light undesired, most desirable. I am uplifted in thine heart, and the kisses of the stars rain hard upon thy body. Thou art exhaust in the voluptuous fullness of the inspiration. The expiration is sweeter than death, more rapid and laughterful than the caress of hell's own worm. Oh, thou art overcome. We are upon thee. Our delight is all over thee. Hail, hail, prophet of Nu, prophet of Had, prophet of Rahur-Ku. Now rejoice. Now come in our splendor and rapture. Come in our passionate peace and write sweet words for the kings. I am the Master. Thou art the holy chosen one. Write and find ecstasy in writing. Work and be our bed in working. Thrill with the joy of life and death. Ah, thy death shall be lovely. Whoso seeth it shall be glad. Thy death shall be the seal of the promise of our age-long love. Come, lift up thine heart and rejoice. We are one. We are none. Hold, hold, bear up in thy rapture. Fall not in swoon of the excellent kisses. Harder, hold up thyself. Lift thine head. Breathe not so deep. Die. What do I feel? Is the word exhausted? There is help and hope in other spells. Wisdom says, be strong. Then canst thou bear more joy. Be not animal. Refine thy rapture. If thou drink, drink by the 98 rules of art. If thou love, exceed by delicacy. And if thou do aught joyous, let there be subtlety therein. But exceed, exceed. Strive ever to more, and if thou art truly mine, and doubt it not, and if thou art ever joyous, death is the crown of all. Death, death. Thou shalt long for death. Death is forbidden, O man, unto thee. The length of thy longing shall be the strength of his glory. He that lives long and desires death much is ever the king among the kings. Listen to the numbers and the words. 4638 ABK24 ALGMOR 3YX 2489 RPSTOVAL. What meaneth this, O prophet? Thou knowest not, nor shalt thou ever know. There cometh one to follow thee. He shall expound it. But remember, O chosen one, to be me. To follow the love of Nu in the starlit heaven, to look forth upon men, to tell them this glad word. Be thou proud and mighty among men. Lift up thyself, for there is none like unto thee among men or among gods. Lift up thyself, O my prophet. Thy stature shall surpass the stars. They shall worship thy name foursquare, mystic, wonderful. The number of the man, and the name of thy house, 418. The end of the hiding of Hadid, and blessing and worship to the prophet of the lovely star. And that is the end of our lengthy second day reading. Second day of the 3 days feast of the 3 days of the writing of the book of the law. Go on, go on. We'll see you tomorrow for the wild and crazy and wonderful chapter 3. Until then, continue to be good to yourself, be good to each other. Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. Love is the law, love under will.